Hi Internet, Arc speaking. The golden mushroom is a weird item in Mario Kart Wii. From an outside perspective, the golden looks like a souped up triple shrooms. However, once you stop playing against CPUs and start hitting the tracks online, you'll soon realize that they are very different items and do very different things. First, let's quickly cover the essential characteristics of the golden. Once you activate a golden, a timer starts for about 8 seconds of an all-you-could-spam shroom buffet. Just like a normal shroom, you get a speed bump up to around 115 AKMH, depending on the vehicle, and that speed locks at 120 if you wheelie. You also get off-road immunity, and if you're wondering, the most common spots in a 12-player room for goldens are 10th and 11th place, with a probability of 35 and 30% respectively. Oh, and it could be pulled in as small as 3-player rooms. Now I want you to think a little bit here. The advantage of an item like triple shrooms is that you could take a lot of small individual shortcuts. Also, if you no longer need the shrooms, you could burn them into other sets. The golden, however, is excellent for taking long massive shortcuts or catching up on straightaways, but its flaw is that it's quite challenging to get rid of. This is the golden shroom's biggest weakness. Anyone who plays competitively knows how big of a disadvantage you put yourself in if you miss an item set. But when players mistime the start of a golden, they often end up passing a set right before the boost runs out, effectively losing them one item set involuntarily, and it typically results in you getting redded. It's funny how that works, really. Since I've now hopefully beaten into your heads the weakness of the golden mushroom, let's learn the most effective way to counter it with something called chain spots or golden spots. Every course in this game has points in the track where if you start using a golden, you can link your shroom to run out right into another set, leaving you vulnerable for the least amount of time. However, I just got back to YouTube, and I don't want to kill myself with a 20-minute long video, so for this video, we're just going over the most common chain spots. First, Luigi Circuit. We've touched up on this in the LC course kickstart video, but you could burn a golden through the sand cut and into the pipe section. This isn't a chain in the truest sense of the word, however it is a popular enough shortcut that warrants a mention. The second course we'll be looking at is Mushroom Gorge. There are a few variations of the MG golden strat, but the most common version is done by starting to golden on the mushroom pad right after the green pad inside the cave. That should link you right into the first item set. Alternatively, if you want to risk not getting an item box, you could take the shroom shortcut, and instead of doing the golden strat, if you use the golden right before the gap jump, it will actually last long enough for you to get the off-road glitch. If you pull a golden first set on Koopa Cape, the most useful way to use it is right through the first grass patch where the Goombas are, then take the inside line where the ramp is, and hold that line in the grass until you make it out to the water set, which is where you'll be chaining. Maple Treeway really sucks for goldens. There aren't many places to chain. The only one I could think of right now is spamming one through the last set into the shortcut. But the main reason why I bring up MT on this list is that the golden doesn't care how you spend those 8 seconds. Ergo, you can burn goldens through cannons. Especially on this course, it's a handy way to get rid of this item. On Grumble Volcano, you could start using the golden right after the cave set and make it to the respawn shortcut. Alternatively, if the shock already came, I was recently informed that it's actually faster to go around with the golden if you do the turn skip. The marker to start goldening is once you hit the road in between the 2 floating platforms. Also, just as a safety measure, it helps not to drift when attempting the turn skip, as it sometimes doesn't give you enough air. On Dry Ruins, when doing the ultra shortcut with a store or triple shrooms, most of the time you jump back on the main road right before the lake. However, if you have a golden, it'll actually last you all the way till the second set. Not really much to explain other than that, but if you didn't know a golden is capable of cutting off both sand cuts, well, there you go. After watching a lot of players play DS Delfino Square, I noticed most people activate their goldens too late when doing the double, which ends up making them miss the chain on the last set. You want to start shrooming between the bottom of the stairs on the left fork and the item set. Also, if you pull a golden on the set right before the double, this may sound crazy, but sometimes it's a good idea to hit a few walls to slow you down just enough to chain. Lastly, RBC. There's a lot of golden spots on this track, but there's one in particular that I want to bring up. If you get a golden on the moving set on RBC, you could immediately chain it into the grass set by slowing down before the set and right when your shroom is about to end, use it one more time to chain and also take the grass shortcut. This is a bit of an advanced chain spot, as it requires you to have a good sense of how long the golden lasts through muscle memory, plus the tight corridors makes it very easy to get trapped when moving at that speed. And that should do it for now. I'll be sure to make a full dictionary for golden chains in a video later, as it's one of the most important items to learn how to dispose of properly. Hopefully this video was helpful. Don't forget to do the YouTube stuff on your way out, like, commenting, subscribing, and thanks for watching. Happy racing.